Hello, welcome to Gen Con TV, to Actoroke in the world of Chaldea. I'm Peter Adkisson, and I have these amazing people that you're going to meet in just a moment. We stream Actoroke Wednesdays at 6 p.m. Pacific time every Wednesday night. Well, we try to do it every Wednesday night. Sometimes we don't make it, you know, that's the way it goes. Tonight we are playing Burning Saratof, which is a game of political intrigue using the Burning Wheel game by Luke Crane. And sometimes we don't follow the rules exactly right. Please don't tell Luke. I am your host and Dungeon Master, and my pronouns are he, they, and I am joined tonight by 3 of the 9 players in this campaign. We rotate the cast through this complicated system that I just can't explain. I don't know quite how it works. It's a really grand plan to that we're up to here of having, anyway. Let's go on to introductions, please. Yeah. Your name, your character's name, pronouns, and whatever, you know.
Great.
A little bit about your character.
My name is Megan Karimi Nasser, she, her. I play Galina Volkova, she, her. I just wrote it on my paper to remind myself what my name is. I have never done drugs. Anyway, that's a callback for the people at the table. I'm sorry. I am the Imperial Consul of Cartography, and I will be relearning how to play this game tonight.
And I'm here to help you out. Yeah, exactly. The pregame conversation started with, like, what's the name of your falcon, and went down from there.
Control very quickly.
All right, Bonsai, please save us.
All right. Oh, hello, everybody. My name is Bonsai Baby. I am she, her, and I am playing Fatima Al-Raham, also she, her. I am the leader of the Bastard Brigade. Also, don't worry, I have your safety first in mind, folks. Always on my, what I believe is what you should have as safety. You know, it's a great belief. Also, everything unfolding has only confirmed to me what I've known all along, that there is corruption and a conspiracy happening in the Senate.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like your glasses. I didn't notice them until just now.
You should see them in black light.
Oh.
Yeah.
Kill the lights.
Yeah.
I want to see.
There's black light, right? No?
I know somebody around here does. Okay, well, hello. I'm Bryce Bebop. I am he, they. The character I'm playing is Kishar Talib Mushkushkush. They, them. It's a mouthful. We'll put it in chat at some point. Who is an aide to to Lulfroth, the Imperial Consul of Magic, and other things that he wants because he's a dragon. What are you gonna say?
Also possessor of excellent glasses over here.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. These are specific for Kishar. I'm going to slowly build the costume as we play.
Ooh.
That's perfect. That's great.
I hope that you start incorporating them into your everyday life, though, because it's a whole vibe that is great.
Magic Artificer, by the way, that's what I do, which is, well, you know.
That's Bryce.
Yeah.
Not Kishar has his own thing going.
I build things.
That's right. Well, I'm glad you brought up safety. So let's talk about safety. In my games, there will be no sexual assault or violence against children. If an NPC hates you, it won't be because of your skin color, your sexual orientation, or your gender identity. If a topic comes up that you're not comfortable, let me know by using the X card, cross your arms, and if it seems easy to correct, we'll correct it right then. Otherwise, we'll just take a little break and talk about it and figure out what's the best way to move forward. We can address problems with lines or veils. Lines are topics that will not come up, like the aforementioned ones. Veils are like, okay, it's okay that they're having sex. We don't need a complete description of exactly how they're doing it. So, do you all feel that you understand these rules?
Yes.
Affirmative.
Do they feel sufficient?
Feel great.
I think so.
Yes.
Feeling good.
Okay.
Yes.
Anything comes up? Something you didn't anticipate? Let me know. All right. We are
No, okay. I'm so sorry. This is the least important, but I just noticed your regular glasses under those glasses are also so cool. I don't know if you guys can see them in this. They're so cool. They're like a swoop, and then the lenses are, oh man. Okay, cool. You're cool.
I'm not going to
That's all
plug
I'm
where I
saying.
got them, but you can get them online.
Nice. Okay, great. Cool. Anyway, go on.
Because you had to pay for them, you're not going to
Hey.
plug them.
Well, I mean,
Your glasses are also really good.
Oh, thank you.
So sorry.
Thank you. So
Your
bonsai's glasses.
earrings. Your earrings. Okay.
I think you guys look great at home. Everyone's looking so good. Okay.
And shout out to chat. Hi, Steve. Hi, Bonsai's right here. Oh, yeah. And so am I. And I see Pixies and Pens. I know who you are.
I know.
Okay. Well, if you have been keeping up with our series, you'll know that last time we met, which was the first of the set of 3 in this particular cluster episodes, there was we started with a video that we kind of put together using Zoom. It was well, it was fun. It was a fun video where we delightful video.
It was a good video.
And we're going to we had so much fun doing it that we're going to do it again, but we're going to try and make it a little bit snappier, a little bit. We're like going to do a script like for everybody.
Whatever.
And
No
film.
notes.
And we're going to film in front of a green screen, put it right back. Anyway, we're going to do that again. In this video, you might recall that there was a council meeting where Amandella, who is the head of palace security, gave a report about what she's figured out so far about the emperor's assassination, and asked for permission to interrogate everybody in the palace, which includes you 3. And so that might come up tonight. Yep. There was also a question about martial law, and Timur gave Tarsus, who's command of the legions, authority to use military might where necessary to keep the empire together. And there's been the writs of summons have gone out to all the senators across Chaldea for a convening of the Senate in the week of Mother. So, a little recap for you. Now, let's talk about beliefs. Burning Wheel is a game about beliefs, so we will always start there. And I'm going to start with you, Bryce, because you and I actually spent a little time about your beliefs before the game. So I know that you're anxious to. So now, based on the video, did any of your beliefs change, or just tell me what your beliefs? If they've changed, that's fine.
I don't believe so. So my beliefs are Iltani should be the next ruler, and
Emperor, right?
Emperor.
Yep.
And I will work to make her the heir.
Yep.
I will replace Lulfroth on the council.
Of consoles.
Of consoles.
Yep.
Council of consoles.
Yep, great.
And finally, the Bastards Brigade is our future. And I will create a powerful magic item for Fatima to help that become reality.
Yay.
I think Bonsai likes this. Fatima is Bonsai's character. Okay, great. I think the second one, the first one, Iltani should be emperor, and think about. As you play, just think about how you can make your beliefs more actual, like what you're going to do specifically.
Okay.
I'm not going to, we're still kind of beginning here. I'm not going to be too strict on this.
Gotcha.
But you will find that the more that you can make these beliefs specific and actionable, the more you'll enjoy playing towards them, and the easier it is for me to respond to them and stuff. But those will work for now.
Gotcha. Okay.
All right. Megan, what's on your mind as far as beliefs?
My beliefs are 1. I will write Chasing Borders, a treatise on keeping up with the shifting borders of an empire. There's stuff behind it. That's my. I will find a friend or a spouse, honestly, either, preferably within the council for the sake of streamlining work and personal life. I started making a list.
Oh, you do actually have a list.
Yeah. No, this is the friend column. This is the partner column.
Right.
Depending on where they land in this.
Right.
I gotta. No, it's like you get it depending on how many checks you get in each one. You end up a friend or a partner, possibly.
Okay.
My last belief was I will convince, I guess, Tiomir to support Leon Cordava's claim to the throne.
Okay.
Megan, can we have like soirees at our? We live together.
No, not
together. My apologies. Next to each other, we have
we're neighbors.
Yes, we're neighbors. If we had parties, social events, and then you could meet prospective people.
Yeah, you have the party. I will come because I live right there, and I will then leave once my work is done. Not like a super party person, but I love what you're doing here. Very cool.
Okay, we'll come back to this idea. The pre-game discussion about being neighbors and naming their falcons and sharing an aviary.
We share an aviary.
Yeah, it's special. Special. Okay, let's talk bonsai. Let's hear about your beliefs.
I am first confident that Hassan was murdered, well, like not just in a random mugging. He was murdered on purpose. He was taken because he knew that something was going on within the Senate and wanted to root it out. And suddenly, my very capable brother just suddenly gets murdered by a purse thief? No. They said it was case closed. Well, I've already assigned Amira, who just went into the dwarven quarters and hasn't come back, to look into more details, since the dwarves tend to have long notes and memory.
Yeah.
Something about that. And then suddenly, when I dig in deeper, this all happens. The Emperor
gets killed. Yeah. You obviously were getting too close to the truth.
I was getting too close.
Emperor had to die because we were too close.
Clearly.
Also, belief number 2, I am the rightful lord of my realm. Anyone who challenges my claim challenges not only my authority, but the authority of my late brother.
Yeah.
And I use my connections in court to basically, I am the legitimate heir. My brother named me the legitimate heir. Just because I'm not of the same father does not mean that, I'm not rightful, And anybody who challenges that claim, I will make sure they see their ways and errors.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Belief number 3, person's birth should not determine their course in life. I make it a point to hiring bastards, and to serve in my personal retinue and staff. I will show the world what bastards can do. Let's see. Their first. Well, right now they're not with us in the area. Their first priority is eliminating the bandits that are terrorizing the trade routes in Nepentine trade cities. But of course, how things are happening, they can be recalled if the need be.
Yeah.
Also. I believe that I am responsible for the people. Since we have power, those with power obviously need to have the responsibility of those who do not.
That's like your fourth belief. It comes from being a noble.
Noble, yes.
Right. Yeah, you're nobilis oblige or whatever it is.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Great. I didn't have that one, but I do now. Okay. Perfect. That's great. Everybody. Yep. Okay.
Let's go.
Thriving.
What? Do you have a thought?
So let's go
for what we're gonna.
No, I'm sorry. I thought you started it. I thought you started to say something. Okay. All right. We're doing it. Okay. So, as we mentioned earlier, great thing you have those beliefs and you'd like to go pursue them, but coming out of council meeting and basically the palace is in lockdown. Amandella is basically confining everybody to the palace grounds. Now, you are a consul, you're a consul, you have an office here, even though your main office is in a municipal building or somewhere else. But you do have kind of like a room you can go to. You could also, for quarters, there is the palace grounds includes everything in these walls, and so the palace is here. You can go to the Hall of Ambassadors. And there's accommodations there. There's also the emissary palace. So everybody gets granted quarters of where you can stay until it's your turn to be psionically probed for information. Cool. Yeah. Yeah.
For probing, so.
Yeah. And there is there's, like I said, there's nobody coming into the palace grounds. There's nobody leaving the palace grounds. It's like it's in lockdown. You can, if you need to get message to anybody, and you don't have some sort of way to do it yourself, like there is a media center that's set up in the atrium of the palace where you can go there and they can send Geckons or to send messages if you want or so on. But all messages going out of the palace have to go through this communications center. Okay, and also I want to make it clear that. That as a result of the council meeting, that before the council meeting, the rumors going around were that the Drazeldar rebelled against the emperor. The Drazeldar are the bodyguards. There's like 100 of them. They're stationed all over Chaldea, and they're super, super powerful. And they, but now based on Amendella's report, there's a lot of people looking at Holsan, not Hassan, not your brother.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
Holsan.
Yeah, Lol. A lot of people looking at Lol.
People are always looking at Lol. He's used to it.
Yeah. The Menbit of Set, High Priest of Set, and there's sort of this. So at the end of the council meeting, he storms out, probably with Farina, Lex's character, who's also a priest of Set.
Yep.
Probably, and they head off to the Temple of Set, and there's a lot of like suspicious glares at him and so on. Anyway, so there's that. Now, is there anything you kind of like other than just kind of do what you're told and go to your room? Is that what you're going to do, or is anybody like, oh, wait a minute here, Peter?
I have a few messages to relay out.
Okay.
Just to know where some of my people are, because I did not get a check back.
Right.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I want to make sure that the Bastards Brigade, like I said, I made that edict that I will help out with Tassan's, like basically martial law.
Yep.
And I wanted to go ahead and send those orders out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Tarsus is here.
Yeah. Sorry, Tarsus.
Yeah. You could go meet with him if you want and talk to him.
Yeah.
I mean, he's also confined to the palace grounds.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so in the video, he was played by Andy Doborowski.
Yeah.
And so you sort of attendants in the palace say, hey, I want to have a meeting with and you guys know how, you guys are all sitting on the same council member. You know how to sort of, make an appointment with each other, right?
Yeah.
And you have, when you come to the palace for a council meeting, you usually have people with you.
Yeah.
So would you have come, obviously not Amira, because Amira...
No, not Amira, but Tariq is with me.
Tariq is with you.
Especially now during these times.
Yeah. Right.
Just make note that anyone who has first seen Tariq and never seen him before gets a wave of fear.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That's scary.
He just eludes for the first time meeting people. That's just the aura he He just casts.
Fear, you know?
Yeah. People give him a birth. Yeah. I mean, would you typically bring him though to council meetings? I mean, it would be typical that a consul would have some administrative support, like a secretary.
Yeah,
like
but Amir's not here.
So that's typically Amira, and so
that's
you
typically Amira.
So you brought Tariq instead.
Yeah.
And okay, so.
But if it's just if Tarsus asks for a one-on-one without anybody, I will ask Tariq to step out for a bit.
Okay.
If that is needed.
Okay, so you'll get set up a meeting with Tarsus. So he'll send a tribunus to escort you to where he's at.
Yep.
Okay. And it's down, so you end up going down into basically, there's a whole lower level of below all this. So this is the Imperial Palace grounds.
Yeah.
There is a whole city, if you will, almost of tunnels underneath this that are, I mean, it's not like secret. No, it's not like that, but they're like well done, polished, like rooms and barracks and
why
all this
build
stuff
up
like
when
that.
you can build down and it be solid?
Yeah.
Room
So just don't get
control.
too close to the water. Exactly. And there is there is a command center that is the military side of the palace guard of the you can take in there, and these are all Roman style warriors. They're all like legionnaires, and that's sort of the fashion, if you will, for them. And you get brought in, and Tarsus is he stands up when you come in. The tribunus leaves, and
I do the salute. I used to be also military, so I'm like, do the salute, exchange, formalities and stuff. So I'm glad to hear that you're in charge of taking control on these chaotic times.
Yes, it's a big responsibility. I appreciate your support in council today.
Yes, and as you heard, like I said, I will go ahead and send wherever the Bastard Brigade is needed.
Well, I think we're going to need troops everywhere. Where's your brigade deployed now?
They're right now taking care of the bandits on the
Nabataean trade.
Yeah, the Nabataean trade cities.
Yeah. Okay, so they're in Ardea. Interesting. Well, good to know. Okay, so he's making notes, you know, and I would say leave him there. I think we're gonna have problems everywhere. And if you put them on a ship and sail them here, they're gonna be at sea for 3 weeks, and who knows what the hell's gonna happen at sea.
Right.
I mean, if you want to bring him here for your own reasons, that's fine. But
no, if that's where you think that it's the best.
I think until we know more about what's happening in Niche, the continent. So Niche is a continent that Ardea is part of.
Yes.
And we have, Ardea is right next to, right next to the Orc Kingdom. Could be problems there.
Yeah.
But Gustavus, he's all worried about it. But whatever. I think I'm more worried about what happens here.
Yes, and then of course, being the person for public safety, I have no problem with because they're the big legion. I'll go ahead and the Bastard Brigade is part, but I do have a small contingency here. Of course, we want to keep an eye on areas like the Dwarf Quarter. I heard there was trouble down there recently. I actually preemptively sent Amira. She's not with me right now down here, but I haven't received word.
Amira's she's your deputy, right?
Yes.
To Forge Park? That's the place.
Yeah,
Forge Park.
Yes.
The dwarf. It's and it's the dwarf out. Okay, so, things are in an uproar throughout the city. So you can tell there's a lot of stuff happening around here. He's making time for you and talking to you, but there's also a line of people that want to talk to him. Well, then if it seems I'm just maybe we should also keep an eye on those other areas, because, this might be an opportune time for those. Yeah, I'm deploying 2 legions right here in Saratof to establish peace and keep things under control. But there's riots are breaking out. This is not a pretty picture. So, I mean, you just overhearing the chatter that's happening in the office, it's all about civil unrest.
Yeah,
it's
civil
places
unrest.
where riots are breaking out, people are, burning things down. The city is in an uproar.
Can I say that I'm gonna, this is just out of character, but wanting what I think. Can you say that I preemptively brought some of the plans? Because, of course something like this might have happened, and I have already plans as a public safety officer of what ways we can keep in order the public, and maybe that will help aid him. I can give him those plans that I already had.
Yeah, I mean, well, you carried them with you?
No, I wouldn't, because I wouldn't.
Probably not, but you...
An office here, right?
I do have an office here. Would you like me to send?
Yeah.
I've actually made a contingency plan for in case something like this happened, like a riot in the city. Not,
Right.
of course, of this scale.
Yeah.
If you would like, I would help. Would love to help you with those plans, and
He kind of delegates it. He says, "I'll send." He looks at one of his. He calls the tribunus that escorted you in. Yeah, why don't you go take a look at what Lady Al-Rahman has put together. I mean, you can tell he's a military guy too. He seems pretty,
Yeah, I know, but I just in case,
I know. Yeah.
You didn't make paranoid plans for nothing.
Read plan A.17.
It's like a tree plant. Then. Okay.
And then also, what would it be for me to just kind of put an ear in the room that maybe we should check out the dwarves just in case?
Yeah.
What is that? Would that be a...
No, go ahead. Let's play it. What do you want to say about the dwarves in Forge Park, right?
In Forge Park? It just seems kind of strange when I started investigating, about possible leads in something that into the dwarves, and then somehow my second disappears, and
Your second disappeared
I have not had any contact with her.
with Amira
Yes, with Amira.
in Forge Park.
Yes.
Okay. Well, we're right now. So he's got a map. He shows you the map of it looks a lot like this one. Right now we're establishing a secure zone around the palace, and then our plan is to expand that zone through the city. Right now, we're focusing on making sure the palace is secure.
Oh, yeah,
the municipal buildings that are right here, and the mall, the Senate discourse, all the government buildings are right here. Are our first priority. Forge Park is.
Oh, it's all the way. It doesn't mind then. I just didn't really know the map.
There it is. There it is. Forge Park.
Okay, no, it's too far. All right. So now that I really see where the map is, I'm just going to be retcon that a little bit because I didn't realize it was so far away. I'll just go ahead. I just put that earworm about, hey, what about them dwarves?
No
reason.
Yeah.
But
Do you think would it be rude for him to call? Do you think he would think it's rude for him to use your first name? You guys work on.
I feel like.
No, he wouldn't. Consul.
But one military person to another.
Consul.
I feel like.
Yeah, consul. Yeah. If your person's there, I respect you wanting to get to her and make sure she's okay. I would be happy to coordinate with you a foray of troops to send with you to go and try and find her.
Mm-hmm. Well, first, of course, get everything locked down. But
yeah,
I would
you have to get there. If you're anxious to go see to your deputy, I can try and get you closer to the front of the line on the interrogations so that you can be released.
I have nothing to hide.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
All right.
I will not waste your time anymore, and thank you for hearing me out.
Absolutely.
And then just do the firm handshake.
Yeah.
Manly handshake.
Yeah.
That's actually the salute.
Yeah. Okay.
I drew a genie.
Yes. So you get word that like later that day you'll get your turn to go through the psionic interrogation.
Yeah. Oh, I'm first to go. Yay.
Well, not quite first, but
no, I know.
Later this afternoon.
Later this afternoon.
As opposed to having to waiting a few days.
If he does send his plan, I have very well thought out plans. Would you like me to roll how well thought my plans are that I'm going to give him?
These are the plans for.
In case this happened, pandemonium.
I'm
public safety. I've had all these plans.
Yeah. Okay. Public.
Scrolls upon scrolls.
Okay. So I think that's great. So. Let's see. What are we gonna? Yeah, let's test this and see how good your plans are, how appropriate they are for the imminent collapse of the empire,
the murder of the emperor, ensuing riots.
So would that be public safety wise?
It might be. Let's see. I think
I have road wise, public safety wise, and city wise. I think
public safety wise, this is right. I think that's great.
Okay.
Let's do public safety wise.
That's a 3.
Okay. So let's before you roll.
Yes.
Before you roll. Okay. So we have a little process here.
Yes.
Okay. So you get dice for like whatever your exponent is in public safety wise. What is it? 3?
A 3.
That's why you picked up 3 dice. See how good I am?
Yeah.
I'm getting it back. Yeah. It's coming back to me.
Inspector Holmes over here.
Yeah.
I mean, and would it add if my beliefs, I knew something was going to go down one day, so I could add another dice to that, right? Because that's how it works again?
No, your beliefs don't fork into text.
No, okay, right.
But if you have another skill that you think would apply to this. City-wise. Okay. So there's another die. There you go. You fork in city-wise.
Right. Road-wise?
Road-wise.
Which ones to close off?
Yeah. Which ones go to what part of the city?
Yeah.
High traffic.
Okay. Road-wise.
You're good at
I
plans.
also have, what is it called? Would intimidation work? No, not on this one. Read and write. I have read and write. Of course, these are really good maps.
Yeah, that's not going to help. That's kind of assumed. Command would be more like getting people in the moment to do what you want them to do.
Okay, all right.
Yeah. I have let's see here.
Administration would work.
Let's see, you've already got 3 forks. That's kind of a rule of thumb, 3 forks.
Okay, all right, no
but
worries.
are any...
Salad fork, shrimp fork, dinner fork, that's plenty.
No, that's fair.
Did you mention salad fork?
No.
I'm sorry. I will always take advantage if I...
No, I appreciate it. No, that's exactly
skills.
what you should be doing.
Seduction.
I don't have
the question.
That's always Sarah's thing.
I can intimidate.
Should be all of them.
Well, that's good.
That's not good.
Yeah.
Don't intimidate this guy.
Don't kink shame. No, just joking.
You're gonna intimidate Tarsus.
Good. All right, so I have 5 die.
Hold on just a second. I found this. I just remember like one little document I like to have open, and I'd forgotten about it until just now, and I'm realizing,
the rewards of experience
it's his
table.
daily horoscope. Needs to know where he sits,
Gemini,
Exactly.
you're in for it.
There's these rules about like what can fork into different things, and it's like
okay, all right, that's fair.
And I forget it. If any of those skills are 7, are any of those exploits 7? Probably
No.
not. Yeah. Okay, then you'd get 2 dice, but that's okay. Okay, so now what we're doing is kind of like how good. We're going to do a graduated test. Like the more successes you get, is how good are these plans for this particular event.
Yes, and what could go wrong?
Right. And so basically just however many successes you get. So now you're going to roll these dice. You have, if you want to, you can spend a persona point. You should have more than 1 point. You started with 1, and you would have been awarded 1 in the last session. You can spend a persona point for an extra die. But you have to do that. You have to announce that before you roll. This may or may not be the best time to spend that.
I don't think so.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
all right.
What's the level we're looking at?
Well, it's just the more successes you get, the better.
Okay, the better.
Yeah. So every die that rolls a 4, 5, or 6 is a success. Okay, so the more successes, the best. And, 3 or 4 is pretty good.
Yeah, sure.
So you get like 5 or 6, that's really good.
Hard in the dice.
Yeah. Let's see what you get. All right.
That's 3 successes.
And with 2 6s.
We have 2 6s, yes.
Okay, if you want to spend a fate, and I recommend it, the fate points aren't good. I mean, that's what they're for.
Yeah.
If you spend a fate, you can turn the entire test into what's called an open-ended test, where the 6s explode. So
I'll spend that fate.
okay, so
Yes.
you go ahead and cross it off, and then leave those dice where they're at, and roll 2 more. No, leave the dice. Leave the dice out there. Roll 2 more dice for the 2 6s. Okay, and if one of those is a 6, you continue going that. You keep doing that until you're out of 6s.
Go 6s.
Go.
Just try not to knock over any of the ones that are out there. Yep.
Hey!
Another 6.
Fighting the conspiracy. All right.
They're all against
I was all ready to say if you got a really crappy rolls because you've been so busy trying to find solve the murder that you've been neglecting your job.
Before.
But you've actually been doing your job. Okay, so how many did you get?
I've been doing my job.
1, 2, 3, 4. What do you have? 5 successes?
Yeah. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, 4 is at a.
Yeah.
5.
4, 5, and 6, right?
Yeah.
So you have 5 successes.
Yep.
Wow, that's very good. And by the way, also now you tested Imperial Console wise, right?
Yes.
That was the test. So give yourself a credit for a routine test on that.
Okay.
Do you know how to do that?
Oh, no. Actually, I didn't Imperial Console-wise. I did public safety-wise.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Public
different.
safety-wise. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So give yourself a routine test for that.
Okay.
So just mark off one of the circles by the R.
Yay.
Good job.
Yeah.
I did my job seriously.
You
That's
did.
why they put
I
me
know,
on this.
but I was all ready to say if you botched it, I was going to say, well, if you had spent more time on your job and less time trying to find who killed your brother.
I'm thorough.
It turns out that you're able to walk and chew gum.
Yeah.
Perfect. Okay, so you show the tribunus, and he's like, actually, this could be really useful. So,
I helped.
Yeah, you did. You get. Yeah. Excellent. Okay, I'm going to come back to you. Either one of you want to do something while you're waiting to be psychically probed?
Are there still people like milling about, kind of like whispering and socializing?
Oh my God, there's a lot of that going on.
That's what I want to be doing.
There's like definitely. I think, but like the room outside the council chamber, like people just refuse to leave because everybody's like wanting to rumor monger and blah 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 and stuff like that, and
that's where I want to be.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
And I'd like to.
Are you making up rumors and spreading them, or what?
I'm not making up any rumors, although I could. But no, I'm like gauging people's thoughts on it, on the psychic probing that's going to happen, and like who do you really think did it, and maybe if possible, if they're wavering between who they'll support, I want to just kind of nudge, like. Beltani would be able to sort this out.
Another demigod. Yeah.
Trust a demigod to find a demigod's killer. How many more spears of Set are there? So, things like that.
Right. So you're lobbying for Iltan. Yeah. There definitely is a sense that. The current wave of what everybody thinks generally is that Set did it. Okay, it was that the Drasildar did it, but the Drasildar. Because they were making so much noise, they must have rebelled against the Emperor, and then now it's like, oh no, they were trying to protect the Emperor. The story about the story that Amandela told about Sybil and Ariadne going in and looking at the throne room and blah blah blah, and they're like a couple guards. Yeah, I was there. I saw the whole thing. So there's like this type of stuff going on, and because it did happen just down the hall, right? It's like and just down the hall, there's the doors are closed to where the palace is, and every once in a while there's a Drasildar that is makes a noise in there or something, It's like
now I believe it was me that saw Ariadne singing a song during the murder.
Very good.
So
You get a gold star. Gold star. Yes.
That's so exciting.
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
Yeah.
So
Wait, you saw her singing a song?
yeah.
Tell me more about that. Was this in another session that I didn't see? Or?
Yeah, because I believe it was with my aura sight. There is a loud crescendo of music and magic, and I traced it back to Ariadne, who was singing on her balcony. I couldn't tell what they were singing, but they were singing
See,
something.
that was yeah.
Nice, okay.
Yeah, the
Carry
Gold
on.
Star Award is like when you surprise me. That's the Gold Star Award. Yeah.
Doing good.
Yeah,
So
and not just rolling really well. I mean, that surprised me when you rolled really well.
Say anything?
Yeah, no, it was great. Yeah.
But yeah, so like I'm gonna talk about that, and if there's any other magic users around, be like, what can you tell me about maybe some elven magic that involves the song, and how exactly could it have killed Cordava?
So you're like, when you talk about elven songs, everybody's like, I mean, that's kind of a topic that you don't really. Nobody seems to know anything about it.
Gotcha.
Other than there is kind of an undercurrent of like, elves are so powerful because of their music and stuff like that. That I mean, like, it tends to inspire a lot of jealousy
Gotcha.
from humans. It's kind of like, well, you can't trust the elves. You know, yeah, that makes sense. You could start a rumor that maybe the elves did it.
I would definitely be hinting around that, but I'm not saying that it was the elves, but there was some strange elven magic afoot.
Yeah, I mean, people would ask me, well, aren't you a wizard? Aren't you like one of Laufrost? I mean,
Exactly.
So you tell us, what does the elven song do?
Many things. Potentially even allowing someone to be injured. Someone, Cordava. I'm not saying that's what happened,
Right.
but I am telling you
Right.
that there was strong elven magic afoot on that night.
Okay. All right. So, do you want to test? Do you want to see how well you do? You're basically, you can see if you can persuade some people. This could be an oratory if you're going to try to. You can do oratory and try to persuade a group of people, or you can do persuasion and pick somebody out that seems like
I'm
a good.
I'm gonna pick some select people out, and if I could use my aura reading to choose who would be more susceptible to this type of.
I'll let you fork in aura reading to help pick a light. So you basically just want to convince somebody here
just
that
like,
that the elves are involved somehow. Ariadne. Ariadne specifically, or
I know that they were part of the song. I can't say they were the one who started it, but
yeah, okay,
they were definitely there.
All right. So that's a persuasion then?
Persuasion.
Yep.
And then trying for.
Is your persuasion is 2?
Yeah.
That's great.
I'm not good at persuading.
That's great. Okay. Okay. So yeah, great.
And then it's going to try to fork in aura reading to read their emotions.
Okay. So I'm going to say that this is an aid to a random council member. This one. Oh. It's an aid to her.
Sweet.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah. Perfect. One of your aides, you're out talking to somebody else, and one of your aides is just somebody part of your secretarial pool that has, let's say, a will of 3. So that will be the ob of the test. Is an ob 3.
Could I also fork in soothing platitudes, since we're at least acquainted? Sharing an aviary, so I would possibly know the aides. Like, Not Tomas.
Soothing platitudes is not quite
Okay.
what you're thinking there. A soothing platitudes is kind of where somebody is an authority and you're telling them false lies about.
Well, I mean,
you're
he's
so
got
amazing.
He's an aide to a council. I know I am as well, but you,
Yeah.
they may have more power. You are the top of their aides, aren't you? Like, there's a reason that you're in the position you are.
I would say, A for effort, but I'm going to say this aide knows that you actually were in the council room, and she was not, and so yeah. No.
Last one, foreign languages. Can I dabble in some of their home tongue to be
That's
like?
not gonna happen. Yeah,
Last option.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I'm trying to be on your side here a little bit, but I gotta be tough as a DM. I gotta It's gotta be.
All right.
Gotta be.
Part of the cards.
Do you have something? Do you have a wise that's related to?
I have excuses wise.
No, you don't. You have excuses wise. Oh my God, never heard of that. Did you make that up? Or was off one of your crazy life paths?
One of the crazy life paths.
Oh yeah. Okay, that's a great, but I don't see how that relates at all.
Yeah, dragon wise and
let me see if I
excuses
can see
wise.
I think you deserve another gold star. You surprised.
Well, I think there should be a limit of gold stars. I'll let you fork in history.
Okay.
History.
There's been a long history of the elven magic doing strange things.
Elven songs doing crazy things. Yeah, there you go.
My other thought would have been sorcery. So.
Okay, so your ob is 3. How many dice are you up to?
4.
4. You can spend a persona and another die, although let me. Yeah. By the way, the penalty for failure here is that this aide is going to go let security know that you have inside information about the situation.
Oof.
Ooh, you're gonna get probed real hard.
I don't want to be probed that hard. But you know what? I'm okay with it.
Yeah. All right.
Like, worst that happens is they probe me. They were going
to do it anyway.
Yeah.
Yep.
And
okay.
I'm not lying. I'm telling the truth. Like, this is what I know.
Okay.
All right.
4 dice.
Heart of the dice.
4.
That's 2. That is not.
No sixes.
Two
sixes.
successes. Okay, yeah. So you see the egg go running off to security.
You're not invited to the next party.
Oh, I'll be invited. It's going to be a rough party. It's going to be.
It's a party at my house.
But you roll 4 dice.
Yeah.
4 dice versus an ob 3. That is a difficult test on persuasion.
It was quite difficult.
Yeah. That's
All right, persuasion. Difficult
test. That's great. You see your egg go running off to talk to somebody, and do you try to get the aide's attention, or just let them go do whatever they're going to do?
I mean, I don't know. Kishar gets up to some stuff. We have a good relationship that I intentionally put some space in certain places. So, yeah.
All right. Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything you want to do while you're waiting for your turn of being interrogated?
I mean, this is not very exciting, but I am like pretty conflict averse.
Yeah.
So I will also kind of like mill around just to sort of get the temperature of people who didn't speak up maybe in the meeting, but just like the general vibe. But I don't have like a specific
that's
goal
cool.
that I'm trying to achieve. But
Okay. So that's you're not looking to test something or really planning.
No, I mean,
that.
I was thinking about it even, and I was like, I don't know.
That's fine. It's called helping to keep the
I'm just moving us along.
Sometimes, exactly.
I do nothing. Next scene.
Yeah, exactly. So that's sometimes helpful. So great. Well, you. So Tarsus got you. So let me describe the whole psychic interrogation. I don't want to role play it out in detail with each of you separately, so because it just makes sense. But let me tell you kind of how it goes. And so you get taken down to an interrogation cell. There is kind of this at the beginning, there's kind of this charade of like being really respectful of your position and kindly escorting you down to this place, but it is an interrogation at the end of the day. There are there's a Pentavolo and also psychic warriors, and you're invited to sit in this chair, and they strap you down. And once you're strapped down, the ceiling separates, and up above you is this really weird creature, this like slug-like creature. And they pull back your head, and there's like a little secretion that comes down into your throat. And
it's better than it going on you or in you.
Is it? It went into your throat.
It went into you.
It's a secretion, not the slug creature itself.
secretion. Yeah.
Any part of a slug in my throat.
Yeah, I know you don't want.
Yeah.
None of you want. Yeah.
Well, apparently some of us are fine.
Well,
it's fine. Whatever. Again, I'm not here to kink shame.
And there is a Psionic Syndicate member who sits like in front of you, and puts his or her fingers on your head, and you just feel like something going in, and then suddenly you're somewhere else, which is inside your brain. Ooh. And you're in what's called your mental foyer, which is if you were a trained psionicist, you could decorate this to look like however you wanted, make it a fortress or whatever. But since you're not, it's like a disarray of different types of places that are important to you, like types of places that would be in your mind, and so it might be like studies, like desks and places like your mental foyer might be like a big office type academic sort of environment. Yours is probably like a fortress, but nothing's quite in the right place. It's not like yours is definitely in your laboratory, but it's messy. It's not everything is like there's it's disjointed. It's not something that makes total sense in terms of reality. And the psionic person who is interrogating you is in there, and so are you. And there are multiple personalities of yourself running around in their natural states. Like there's like a really mad version of you. There's a child version of you. There's a lover version of you. There's that all kind of get interacted. But there is one version of you that is your consciousness. It's called the governor, and like this is the person that is trying to control the situation and is trying to keep the other versions of you from misbehaving or doing something weird or whatever, and it's having a conversation with this psionicist. And the psionicist very arrogantly, just strolling around in your head, and finds this place in your mental foyer, this corridor leading off, called Memory Lane, and starts walking down your memory lane. And the memory lane is like you look as you're walking down. It's like there's these Venetian blinds that are vertical, that are hanging there, and you just look, and what he does, he just finds gaps, just creates gaps in the Venetian blinds, and it's your memory, and it's continuously, in fact, your memory of what's happening right now is being created before your eyes. It's like the very first is like, you spread it, and you see like a mirror reflection of yourself and this psionicist in this room that is where you're at, and it's kind of weird, and it's unfolding while you're doing it. And
I'm just picturing the scene from Spaceballs when they're fast forwarding the movie Spaceballs and they get to the exact moment.
And you see on the ground this weird slug creature, looks like the secretion that came into your throat, that has absorbed into your brain and manifested now in your mind, and it's there with him. And this slug is like going along memory lane, pointing out things to look for.
Oh.
Cool.
Yeah, are we still cool with that secretion? Or?
Secretion wasn't the slug, and now it became the slug. I'm less okay.
Yeah, okay.
Baby slug brain.
Yeah, I got baby slugs in my brain.
So it takes a while, and there's a lot of like going through and looking for people that any interactions you might have had with the emperor, any interactions you might have had with other council members, any interactions with, just basically looking through your life and looking for clues as to whether you were involved in the emperor's assassination. And while they're doing this,
is there any way to like hide certain memories, or just like, don't look behind this one, it doesn't deal with the emperor?
That makes it ultra like,
This is the hall of masturbation.
Yeah, please,
Like, no,
you don't need to see this.
Yeah.
Leave me some dignity.
you could ask. You don't. You could ask the guy,
Okay.
but does the guy? He doesn't. Your instincts are this guy. If you say don't look here, that's where he's going to look.
yeah.
What you see stays between us, right? Besides emperor stuff, because that's fine. But like,
I'm only interested in
Solid.
one thing.
Cool. We're
But
good.
he says that. But I have to ask. Is there like something that he finds out that might be maybe you wish he didn't, other than just embarrassing?
oh yeah.
Yeah, lots of embarrassing stuff for
Lots of
sure.
he definitely
Like-
sees that I'm trying to undermine Lalfroth at like every time I can.
Lalfroth.
Yeah, because I'm trying to cut him down so I could rise up.
Oh, that's a new.
Yeah.
That's a new.
Oh, okay.
That's a new spin on things.
Yeah.
Place Lalfroth on the council.
Yeah, but like by actively undermining him as
Yeah.
opposed to just putting yourself in a position to rise up.
Like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, yeah.
I got secret dealings in the back.
Okay, so seeing that you harbor sort of a hidden agenda
Yeah.
against Lalfroth.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Like, sure, he's Granddaddy Dragon and he's got all this magic, but it's a council of men, people.
Yeah.
There shouldn't be a dragon on our council.
Yeah. Okay.
That's interesting.
All right. Good. Thank you. Excellent. How about you, Bonsai? Anything that you kind of wish that they wouldn't have found out?
Trying to think if there's really any.
It might not be. You're a very straight
I'm
shooter
very
in a
straight
way.
shooter. Actually, I point to where the evidence is.
Nice.
I'm like, hey, look at this memory right here.
Yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah.
This is like if you guys just probed it earlier, you could see all the clues. You can see. I point out the clues.
So yeah. You're unfortunately, he doesn't seem that interested in your particular murder mystery. He's interested in another murder mystery. At first he's like, okay, engaging, and then he figures out, like, oh, okay, this is her obsession. Yes, I like obsessions. Obsessions are interesting, but it's a little off target. Yeah. Okay.
No,
Yeah.
there's nothing to say.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, they do find something.
Yeah.
So Tariq, a half elf.
Okay. Yeah.
That's basically because I know elves aren't really super accepted, and basically I've been hiding a half elf.
Okay. Well, half elves aren't illegal, right?
No, they're not
But-
illegal, but like
they-
I've been hiding the fact that who they thought was a very punchy
Yeah.
is actually a very skilled magic user that I
Okay.
yeah.
Yep. Okay. So that you have this subterfuge of you don't like potential enemies to know that your bodyguard has the ability to use sorcery.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. He doesn't seem that interested in it, but he certainly notes it. I mean, he's certainly like, oh, okay, goes on. Like, you're not sure. It's like, to you, it's really important. You're not sure if it's like, if he is, the psionicist is, has nothing to do with his murder investigation, or whether he, I don't know, maybe he wants to get into the blackmail business later. Who knows?
Yeah. God. But that's about it. No.
Business.
All right. How about Galina?
She doesn't have a ton of like skeletons. I'd say she is probably more concerned that like they will find something. Even it's like, when you're walking out the metal detectors at a store and you're like, did I steal anything? I've never stolen anything, but what if they go off? Kind of like that feeling of just being like, what are they gonna say? I didn't do it, but what if they find something that,
Going through TSA, like, wait, did I take out that water bottle?
Right, yeah. It's like I took all of my grenades out of my I don't even have grenades. What am I doing? Yeah. Kind of that. So she's just like nervous for no reason. They like the worst thing that they probably find is her kind of like quietly paying off some people to keep her uncle out of trouble with his business.
Yeah.
But nothing like,
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Okay.
just some casual nepotism. Just taking care of their family, skirting the law. Just a little. Nothing, he's not even anything huge, just,
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Cool. Fair.
And she's like sweating about it. And the guy, I imagine the guy is just like,
Perfect. Excellent. Okay. Well, then, okay. Those are the. So you guys both had your interrogations happen like within a day, and they put you off a little while.
the cartographer not high on the list.
Yeah.
Roger. Does anyone ask about the whole elven magic thing? Or do I get in trouble with the guards?
Oh,
I need to know.
yeah. So the yes, thank you for reminding me. That was just an oversight on my part. I should have thought of that. But yeah, the scientist is like, we got. What do you know about the elf song? Just talking.
I point to the memory like
of Ariadne singing.
Yeah. This is what I know. You now know that. Okay.
Yeah. So, that the guard is the scientist is very interested in that. I mean, the scientist is like looking at that and studying it, and yeah. So you feel like you've definitely given the and in fact I think you get, after you have a little recuperation time. Yeah.
Wait, do we get to spit that thing out? Does
yes.
it come out? Oh, thank goodness.
Yeah.
You don't want to go all the way cleaning through.
Yeah, do finish the job.
Psychically look at my bowels? Like,
no, you vomited up. Yeah, you vomited up after the session.
Cool.
And it gets absorbed back up into the creature.
Oh.
Worse, it's reused.
I get sloppy like 100.
Ooh.
Sloppy sluggy.
Yeah.
Sloppy.
Sloppy sluggies.
I got a new nickname. Sloppy sluggy.
Okay. So you get taken to see Amandella. Remember?
Cool.
Yeah. And
Yeah, hello.
Kashar, welcome. Come on in. Have a seat.
Will do. I didn't realize that you knew my name. That is such an honor.
Oh, I've been memorizing many names recently. Of course, we have a whole folder on you.
Oh, cool. Only good things, I hope.
And so she's looking at a report from the psionicist, and so Ariadne.
Yeah.
Clearly she was involved.
I would assume so.
You saw her singing in a balcony the night, and it was at the same time, roughly, as the Emperor's assassination.
Yep.
This is very, very useful information.
Well, that's good. I'm glad to be of help.
You haven't, interesting your designs on,
My magical creations?
no, your designs on your former master.
I had been told that the Psionicist was only looking for information on the assassination of their brother.
But you never know what's relevant. You know what the connections are.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Do you think there's anything that the Psionicist missed that I should know about? Like any?
I would posit that a grand working of magic in the city should have probably been caught by the Council of Magic use. I would have thought that, but I don't know. I'm not an investigator, nor the Council of Magic.
Not yet. Well,
Who could say?
yeah. Be sure and don't leave town, please.
No, well,
Yeah.
I would love to stay. And if there's anything I could do to help, please let me know.
Sure. Thank you. Appreciate it. Well, keep your ear to the ground.
Will do.
Okay. So you guys are released a little bit before you're released. What?
Sloppy sluggies.
Sloppy sluggies.
Oh, sloppy sluggies over here. Waiting to gulp down the most used slug.
Oh God.
Yes, go on, Peter.
Now I'm thinking about slug transmitted disease.
It's like, how do you recover from that? Yeah.
I think you just moved past it.
Take a big swallow and go.
Well, even our tech guys laughing. Recover. Okay, so you guys are advised you can leave the palace, but the military situation is tense outside, and there's some discussion like, where is your home? Where do you intend to go? Like, you're advised, like, the market, like, you're advised not, the place where your workshop is in the marketplace, don't go there.
Okay.
That's not safe. But you guys your villas are neighbors, probably up in this area somewhere.
If they let us go there, I will go there then.
Yeah, and that's so you guys can go there, and they'll escort you there. These streets are being patrolled, so this area, by the time you guys go, this area has been secured.
Okay.
But all the downtown area is all dangerous. It's all rioting, all that sort of stuff.
If I could invite a selective few, like, now that you've been released, if you wanted to come back to someplace to relax, my via.
You're gonna open your home to refugees?
No. That's the important people. The people who can help my agendas. AIDS.
Right. People that have no place else to go. Interesting.
Are you talking about like other consuls?
Other
and
consuls,
like
aides, members of their retinue.
Yeah.
I mean, they probably have places to go, but they could also come back
like everyone wants to do stuff right now.
I think the people that don't feel very secure about going home are staying here in the palace.
Oh, fair enough. Never mind then.
Yeah. Then you guys could do that too if you wanted to. You could stay.
I probably would do that.
Stay?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think...
Ear to the ground, baby.
Yeah, I'm a little like too unsure of what's going on right now.
Right.
So I want to leave.
Your aide, the aide that we just made up, because let's see, your look at your. Let me look at your
Price. That's what his name is.
Price. Richard.
Kevin. No.
Kevin.
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 Oh God, I have a good story.
yeah.
Home Alone?
Yeah. You get a you get a message from Lazaretti Gold.
Oh, okay.
Lazaretti Gold. Yeah, and
He's the Rand McNally of this world.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's like the map maker supreme. Okay.
Yeah. So
Old time.
You just get this urgent. It comes, through the proper channels, right? Now you remember you have an office. I think we decided you have an office in where these municipal buildings are.
In the municipal buildings.
Yeah, that's these buildings right here, right? And they've been secured, okay? And everybody's, nobody's, working right now, although there's a few people that are like using the office as a safe place to be as opposed to going because their home isn't safe. And so, you get this word, this message from Laz, saying that Servius came to the office.
What?
Yes, and he was looking. I caught him looking in your office. And can you, I mean that's all. That's what it says.
There's a lot of tea in that. Wing of the office.
Oh yeah, the cartography office.
Yeah, there's
They got
a
nothing
lot.
else to do for the most
Surprising amount of stuff going on. Yeah, quick question. What is Palace security doing at this time where they should be most active? Okay, I guess just letting people in to snoop through my office? I'm not happy about this.
Okay, so yes.
I
so
go to-
talking to somebody about it or what?
Yeah, okay, so you're talking about in the mall?
Yeah,
This office,
so like
not my Palace one, right?
Yeah, like the administrative office, like your main office where you work. I think we decided it was in one of these municipal buildings,
Right,
here,
okay,
right?
okay.
Yeah,
And
so
this has not been secured because they're just securing this right now.
well, no, they've secured out to there. You want to? I mean, so
Yeah.
if you, you could talk to somebody about like what the situation is.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm going to go talk to somebody.
Okay.
I don't have touching my maps. He's dumb, and he's known to steal maps. That's his whole entire jam.
Exactly. So
And I have maps there. That's my job. I do beach. I do maps.
right.
You have the Kenner.
Well, so sort of the word goes out.
Okay.
There's a consul freaking out. Okay.
It's about like the emperor's dead, and I'm like, my map.
So there's lower grade officers trying to keep you calm, and eventually a tribunus comes over. So tribunus are like the next rank from the top, right?
Okay,
yeah. So this is one of Tarsus's men. It comes over in consul. What I understand, there's a problem.
I've had word from Lazaretti Gold, very trustworthy source, that someone has been in our offices and was snooping around, who is not welcome there, and I was under the impression that the mall was locked down and secure, so I'm wondering how someone was able to get into our offices to do this in the first place.
Well, there's a lot of looting going on throughout the city. But no, you're right. Your office is in which part of the mall?
The administrative part.
You say the building.
The
yeah,
left
yeah.
side.
Oh yeah, we secure most of that area by pretty much by around 3 or 4 o'clock this morning.
So it would have been before that, is what you're implying? That you're confident that it's secure now?
Yeah, I wouldn't go there unescorted. I'd be happy to escort you if you want to.
I would appreciate that.
Sure. Okay. So he gets a group of soldiers, like 10 guys.
All right.
And,
I
they
let
go with
my
you.
aides know they can stay.
Oh, they're
here
coming
and
with
let
you.
it- Oh, they're coming with me? Okay, great.
Well, I mean,
I was going to let them
they
know.
want to miss out on these.
Yeah, that's true. Okay.
Handsome guys in armor coming.
Coming around. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, your aides are kind of like enjoying the fact that this tribunus is like trying to calm you down.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't get that riled up very often.
Yeah.
This is not normal for you,
Right,
I don't think, to get this.
Yeah, I don't know like what my plan is, but I'm upset now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, let's go.
Like if he's there,
your aides aren't going to miss out on this.
But
I mean,
I'm also
coming
like
with you.
extremely slight. I'm like slight and almost sickly.
Right.
Like I'm very small.
Yeah.
I'm just like, okay.
Yeah. But you have the authority, way to position, right?
Yeah.
You're, especially with the Emperor dead, you're in like the top rank group there,
Just
right?
level
Yeah.
up.
Yeah. Exactly. Exactly. So they escort you. So so you leave the palace with these guys, right?
Yeah.
So there are like soldiers everywhere, and there's like checkpoints, and like we're going out here. He reports to somebody, what the plan is. We're going to go to a certain building. The block centurion that's in charge of protection for that particular block, comes over and checks with him, and like, this is like, that building, blah blah blah. It's all very, and so after he talks to this guy a little bit and then calls you over, and so it's you, the centurion, and the tribunus, and the tribunus is sort of leading the conversation. Now, tell me again what you heard. Do you have the note?
Yeah. Sure.
Gives it to him, and he's showing it to the centurion. The centurion's like, I don't read. Oh, yeah, that's okay. I'll tell you. Yeah. So, but the tribunus does. He's like, okay, reads the note, and okay. Well, let's. Okay. So your associate, Mr. Gold, said that Servius Castus was there. I mean, the Legatus Castus? And so, yes. Backstory on Servius was that he was a retired Legatus.
Oh, Legatus. I thought you said the goddess, and I was like,
I heard goddess.
mentioned that sooner.
Oh, I heard the
That's
goddess.
like one of those discussions. That's one of those misunderstandings. You almost want to let it ride.
The goddess of maps.
I know, that's why I was like, I think I'm okay with it now. Gotcha. Yeah, the goddess. Yes, the very same.
Yeah. And so
Former. Exactly. Correct.
Okay, so they kind of look at each other and like, well, he's got. So the centurion says, Legatus Castus. Who still has that title on it?
Former consul. I guess former consul, right?
Former Legatus, right? You're talking about Servius Castus? Yeah, he says, Legatus Castus.
Right.
Castus. So,
but he was former consul of cartography.
Right. But they don't mention that part. They call him a Legatus.
Yeah, of course.
But you might say former Legatus.
Yeah.
Because he retired.
He retired from all of it. He retired from both those things.
Yeah. Well, he came by. He came by with a couple of his men, and he's a Legatus. So we let him in.
He's retired. Yeah.
He is retired.
Okay, so as
the centurion's like
current acting on the Council of Consuls,
right?
I was detained on the palace grounds.
Yeah.
A former Legatus, former consul, is allowed to go where he pleases?
Well, if he wasn't on the palace grounds when the palace went into lockdown, then he didn't leave the palace.
Right.
Because he was already outside the palace.
I understand what you're saying, but I'm just
So by the way, the centurion's getting really nervous.
Yeah.
And Legatus is like...
right.
Okay, so Legatus is looking at the centurion. So you let a retired Legatus into the building, and the centurion's like, well, he looks like, he's wearing the god, like I know, right?
What? I apologize. I understand. Very confusing.
Let's go.
Can we?
Yes,
please?
let's go. Let's go investigate the.
I'm just concerned about my maps.
Right. The what?
My maps. I'm a cartographer. I make maps. Surely.
I thought this was something more urgent. Are these like secret maps, or are these military maps?
I would very much appreciate if we just go.
No, let's go. Sorry. He suddenly realizes sorry. So he goes. So they go into your building, go trudging up to your office.
put up with sloppy sluggies for this.
That person has wrote themselves on any list.
No more maps for that guy.
So Lazarati is pacing. And there's like a couple other people that are just like, oh, and he's like, oh, I'm so glad. He's like, I'm so glad you're okay.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. Yeah, he looks normal. He just is old. I'm trying to role play him. Like a little bit of it's just me role playing, bad role playing. I mean.
Sorry, sometimes I forget how old you are.
Yes. I'm glad you're good. I'm glad you're good. Yeah.
I mean,
okay.
everything.
Yeah. Oh.
What happened here?
Well, he. Serving Castus, he came in and took a bunch of your stuff. I tried to stop him, but he had warriors with him.
Stu, that's not your job. It's okay. Thank you for telling me.
Yeah.
He's like, he took some of your stuff, and I just look at the Centurion.
Well, can we make the Centurion's like, oh shit, the Tribunus is like, can you make a list? Please examine your office and make a list of what's missing. And
Lazzaretti, did you happen to just catch the things that he took? I mean, we keep them fairly well organized.
Well, it was he took your book that you're working papers.
Number one money. You stole my book. Okay.
Papers on the book. I mean, you have notes and stuff. You have various drafts and stuff like that. He didn't get all of it.
Yeah.
But yeah, he took like a main pile of papers that is that represents the work you have on your book. And
I would like to file a report.
Yeah. Now the Legionnaires are in their comfort zone. Yes, filing a report. Yes, we know how to do that. Yes, so
Servius Castus, former legatus, former consul, stole from me these items. There is an extremely detailed list.
They call for a clerk, and the clerk comes and they got a whole form for this. They invented the printing press to keep up with the paperwork requirements of administering an empire. They really, the paperwork they're good at that. Great. So they go through a whole. It takes a little while. You have time. And once the clerk is there and another officer that's kind of between a centurion and a legatus, I'm not sure what that would be, but I mean a tribunus shows up and a few more men. By the way, with your presence in this building, there's more men are gathering around here. Because you're a consul and you're in this building, and who knows who could have seen you come in here, blah, blah, blah. So they, but eventually the tribunus apologizes for this horrible.
I understand that there were other things going on at the time.
He doesn't.
It takes a truly sick mind to take advantage of such a time of terror to commit a crime.
I know. It's really. As soon as he realized that there's really no lives at stake and no real wealth at stake, he's out of there. But I was just Peter the DM, explaining the backstory.
And it's offensive of Peter the DM. Number one belief doesn't matter.
There's a new belief.
Murder. Servius Castus sucks. And
so there you go. Okay. Great.
Where does he live? Do I know?
For reasons.
I don't know that you would have ever paid attention to where he lives, right? You would have ever gone to see him.
Do you guys know where he lives? I ask the tribunus, probably.
So
that you can go question him about this.
We will definitely go question him. Oh, yeah.
Would you like me to come with you? I know that I could recognize the items that you might not be familiar with. I assume that this isn't your area of expertise. No offense meant, but this is my whole.
I'm sure we will, but we'll have to be.
He'll have his own maps, you see, that since he did this, and
we'll be
I
awaiting.
need someone who can tell the difference between my maps and his maps, and I can do that. Of course, I can do that.
Yeah. But the guys you're talking to are like, well, we will go if we're ordered to. Yeah, but we're not going to go of our own initiative, like right now. No.
To question him?
No. But that's beyond my pay grade. The guy that he left.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the Tribunus is gone.
The Tribunus is gone. Okay.
Yeah.
So I thought I was talking.
Yeah. The guy. Yeah, they're like nodding and stuff like that. But you kind of get the idea that. That's beyond their pay grade to decide to go look up a former legate.
Where do I know where the?
They keep saying. You do notice that they keep adding the word former, and whenever they talk about him now, they former legatus.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Do I know where the Tribunus went, or where did they go? Do they have
they probably went back into the palace grounds somewhere. Yeah. All right, I think that's a good place to leave it.
Well, I'm not leaving anything, but okay.
Yeah.
I didn't even write a sentence. I just wrote, he stole, and then I wrote, book! Okay. You may move on, and I'll fix it.
Well, it's got to, keep things exciting around the whole book thing. Okay, so a different Tribunus.
Yes.
Comes to you. Mm-hmm. Yeah, and says, this is like the. Well, let's see. Did you leave or do you stay here when you're done?
I thought I have I usually stay pretty close, right? Because I remember I have a townhouse or something in the main city, correct?
Yeah, and I wish I could remember where. Do you remember where?
No,
we didn't really.
We didn't actually point out where it was. We just know it's like a stone throws from the palace.
Okay.
Because I wanted to be close in case something went down. Not anything would, but in case.
But things have, so yeah. Well, I think that you probably want to go see what's happening in your home.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we'll say, can we just eyeball that it's close-ish to the offices?
Sure.
Let's say my office is over here and it's skipping a walk.
Yeah, your home is over here.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fine. You have a villa right there.
Yeah, I have a villa.
Got it. Okay, and just so I'm listening to my notes later, it's going to be just to the southeast of the Temple of War. Okay, yes. But outside the mall. Okay. When you go to, you've been released, you can leave, but there's immediately you should not leave alone.
Oh, no. Actually, I'm using this time and opportunity to I'm public safety. I need to help the people.
Yeah.
And so I will, as soon as going out, she is a top concern, but I have faith that she's going to come. I'm keeping an eye out for her.
Ooh.
For Amira?
Amira,
right.
Yeah.
Okay.
I keep an eye out, but I have, I chose these people for a reason.
Yeah.
And I know that they're capable. And because of this disaster, maybe I'll give her a day or two. But I know the first, of course, the people are the people's safety are first.
Yeah.
So I will actually just be with the troops slugging it out. I'm public safety.
Yeah. Okay, so you want to go out and help establish peace in the city.
Yes, my piece.
Okay, so you do you want to go home and collect whoever you have that's there? I mean, do you want to get together your people, like the crew that you have, and
we could just let's just say drills.
Yep.
No reason why we would have these drills.
Yeah.
But from my house, bandwidth wise, clearing the area and establishing a peace.
Yeah. Okay. So you go to your house with you have Tariq with you.
Yes.
And maybe a couple of clerks or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Maybe, I don't know. Do you?
Well, no. It's so the retinue that I always have.
Yeah.
Are they're people that maybe a lot of people wouldn't like. They look like bad news, but they're not really bad news. They're my people.
Yeah.
So they're good, right?
Yeah. Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you have a gang. Yeah.
They're loyal to me.
Yeah, a retinue.
Yes.
A retinue.
Retinue.
Okay. So with you in the palace, and they go with you. So, so you're going to go to your home and try and establish peace in your neighborhood.
Yes.
That's what I.
Yes.
Okay.
A neighborhood, like this is my area. This is.
Right. So the retinue is with you in
Yeah.
the palace. Okay, is one thing. So who got left behind at home? Do you have I assume you have some people to live there.
I do have people. It's all of them are, I would say that.
You got some warriors there, or are they all like housekeepers and stuff?
Some are, all of the people that I have some basic in, like, defending themselves because they didn't come from a.
So you make your maids work out and learn how to use armor and stuff.
Not all of them, but like they're skilled.
I think that's okay. I'm okay. I'm not saying you can't do that.
All right, if you are allowing me,
you could say
they all went from they didn't get fed their position.
Oh. Yeah. They didn't get fed?
No, they didn't get fed their position.
Okay.
So they all worked for their position.
They worked for and went through some military training.
Yes.
I love it. Yeah, I think that's great.
Like how to stab people with the pointy head.
Yeah, exactly. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
I think that's okay. So like that would be like the like the butler and the cooks and all the people that tend to your house, right?
Yeah. Except like if they're under a certain age, they get light training.
If they're under a certain age, is light training. Yeah, yeah. You give them time to play also, especially play things like hide and seek.
Yes, exactly.
And capture the flag.
And wrestling.
Wrestling. Yeah. Okay, great. No, I love it.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get home and they've got quite a story to tell. Like they've been defending the home, like during all the riots. So there's a lot of fighting in the area. They've boarded up the house, covering all the exits. They've got slingers up on the roof in case anybody comes out. They sling them, with stuff like that. So. Your house has not fallen to the rioters, and
of course not.
Hey, of course.
I'm just joking at you.
I thought that was bonsai to Peter. Of course not, DM.
No, all right. I'm gonna send command, be like, thank you, everybody. We've readied ourselves for this moment, and you're all capable human beings. This is because we're the Bastard Brigades. Who are we? The Bastard Brigade.
Yeah, the cheers go. Yeah, when you get there, they're so excited that they held out. It's like holding out for the bridge too far. In Arnheim, waiting for the armor to arrive. It's like so they're pretty beleaguered and beaten up and have been through a lot of fighting, dealing with rioting, and but when you arrive, they're just really excited, like, "Ooh, all right, awesome! Now we're going to be safe for sure." Yeah. And there's a local. There's actually some legionnaires that have that for a while there was these legionnaires that got cut off from their unit,
and they just pulled up in my house,
took refuge in your house because it was like, and then really bonded with your people, with your staff, and some friendships were formed. There's probably a romance in there somewhere.
Oh, that's nice.
And so this little squad of legionnaires was assigned the task of staying there. So there's like these legionnaires with your guys, but everybody's really worried about Amira because nobody's seen Amira.
Still
and not sure where she's at. And
first, of course,
secure the block.
Yeah, secure the block, and then I basically go through the plans and make sure everybody is safe. I am kind of I'm not showing that I'm Mary's not back, but we need to secure this area first, and introduce myself to throw a little charisma at the legionnaires. Be like, hey, you know what?
Yeah,
I see your merit, and I see who you are.
Yeah. Oh, well, from a consul, that's high praise. They're very excited. They'll polish their armor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you want
So there is and with you there now, strengthening that spot, it really becomes like an anchor to help expand the part of that city that, I mean, your plan really works. Like your home, you know, the line was back here and now it's up here, and you're now like a stronghold on the front line of defending, keeping peace in the city.
Yeah. Yeah.
Great.
Yeah. So yeah, do you want me to roll command? I mean, let's say I have probably people that are using the chaos just to like gather more information, you know, not in the riots, but spies maybe, not spies, information gatherers. Not spies. No.
Like what sort of information are you after?
Like what is like where are the big epicenters of people like super rioting? And then also one person just like, hey, Amira, where are you?
Right. Well, that's the information you really want.
Yeah, that's
right?
really what I want.
You really want to understand what's going on with the Amira. So once you've secured that, secured that this part of town, you're recalling that the tribunus that you talked with earlier was, offered to help you, do a foray into Forge Park. And I mean, and everybody's gung ho, but you're not sure that, it's clear across town. A lot of.
That's a lot.
Yeah.
I think just the actual administrator part of me, it breaks my heart, but I'm gonna have to I don't think I can reasonably put the lives of the Legionnaire, especially with the peace, not being for God, Amira.
So what beliefs do you have in conflict here? You have the belief of wanting to do what's right by the people? Is that what it is?
It's the responsible for the people first versus the individual.
Right. Okay. So you're feeling a responsibility to participating in keeping the peace where you're at.
Yes.
And that you would be putting that in and putting for your own personal interest in Amira. Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, it's basically like the belief of I'm responsible for the people, and I'm being selfish right now because I feel really bad because I pushed Amira to gather more information.
Yeah.
And she is my head, and I have a responsibility also towards her. And so there's some conflicting terribleness going on right now because I don't want to be selfish, but I also don't want to be the commander who lets somebody.
That's great.
Yeah,
I love it when you have beliefs collide. That's the best.
I don't want to be selfish.
That's good. Okay, well, I'll leave that with you with that thought, and let's So I have a question for you.
Okay.
Does Iltani know who you are? I mean, does Iltani know how you feel about her?
Well, I believe Iltani may. I'm pretty sure that we're...
I mean, do you ever meet her? Did you ever...
She's like my second cousin once removed or something like that.
You think you're related to her.
I am born noble. I was told that I was.
Oh, that's fine. I don't mind. You could be related to Iltani. How old are you?
I am 59.
59. Let's see. Okay, this is a little awkward. She hasn't been in Chaldea that long. She has been in Chaldea for, I don't remember exactly how many, but just 2 or 3 decades.
Oh.
But I think there's a way to make it work somehow. Like you could be part of a family that. So the way the cosmology works here, so Chaldea is a prime material plane, and there are many prime material planes, and the gods live in various planes. So she is from the home plane of Ishtar, wherever the hell that is. That's Iltani. She's a demigod. She's a daughter of Ishtar.
Gotcha. I thought she was made into a demigod like Cordova.
Oh, no. So what happened is that, there's a little history here.
Okay.
There was formerly somebody who ruled Arcadia named Ahatsunu.
Yep.
Okay. And Ahatsunu was, one day Iltani showed up and said, you guys all worship Ishtar. Ishtar's my mother. I'm taking over. And she killed Ahatsunu and all her family.
It does.
And so that's Iltani. Okay. And so she took over. She is now the Patesi of Arcadia. And but you could still be related, like your family could also be from that plane of existence ultimately, and so it'd be a very distant cousin, but you could claim.
I remember we had this conversation now, it's coming back to me, that I was related to the Hatsunu family, but distant enough that they were just like,
oh, you're related
on a ship. You're gone now.
That makes a lot more sense. Yeah. But you could still have some twisted admiration for Iltani, right?
Yeah,
sure.
Acadia strong.
Yeah.
It's probably another reason you survived. You know?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're actually related to Ahatsunu.
Yeah. I remember that now.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Whoops.
That's
a little different.
Okay, so Iltani probably doesn't know that. In fact, I'm pretty sure Iltani doesn't know that.
Under the rug.
Yeah, you kept that. Yeah, kept that. Well, you were distant enough relative; it didn't matter. Also, you're male.
Yeah, basically garbage. So
I'm sorry, didn't mean to violate.
Yeah, you appear as male.
I'm sorry. I apologize
you
for.
present mask, and so
That's just what she.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Iltani's kind of rude, but you know.
Yeah. So let's go back to the question. Does Iltani know? Does she know of you and your interest in supporting her?
Probably.
The throne.
I guess the question would be, does Laufroth support Iltani becoming in charge? Because I would only be able to really say out loud, like, I support Iltani, because so does Laufroth. That would be out loud
Otherwise
voice.
it'd be like
under
wraps.
On the DL.
I mean, okay, so Iltani was betrothed to Cordova, the emperor. They were supposed to get married. Okay, they got engaged though, like a decade ago.
A decade to a
dragging
decade.
I mean, Laufroth doesn't really talk politics much. Indeed, Laufroth always pretty much like, his position, you would have no reason to think that Laufroth would feel anything other than like, well, the emperor wants to marry her, he'll do it at some point. Until then, she's their betrothed. I mean, he would, to the extent that he would ever mention her, it would be along the lines of what would be appropriate given that she is betrothed to the emperor.
Okay.
And also she's a demigoddess of and daughter of Ishtar.
Okay. So then, I would openly.
So you've been.
I've been supportive, and I don't know if she would have taken notice of the aid to Laufroth, like being like, Iltani.
Well,
surely she has people in the city.
I think that would be kind of interesting if she did.
All right, let's do it.
No, that seems appropriate.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to think about this for a moment. Seems like a good time for a break.
All right.
Yay!
Yeah. Okay. We're going to take a short break, and we will be back after the break.
Break.
Well, we are back, and during a break, a conversation once again spiraled. Well, I caught them talking about drugs again, but it had to do with pregnancy drugs, and so
Some drugs are illegal.
yeah, like so okay, we crisis averted. All right, so we left off with me thinking, oh, interesting. What should I do about your feelings towards Iltani, and if Iltani knows about that? So, yeah, I think your God appears to you in a vision. Yeah. So when you go to sleep at night,
Okay.
at some point, maybe the very next night while you're like hanging out here at the palace, figuring out what you want to do next, what your next big move is, and while you're asleep, you dream that you are in Arcadia.
Okay.
And at the palace of Patessi Iltani, and all of her attendants, women warriors, fanboys.
Literal.
Yeah.
And figurative.
Yeah, the fans.
Yeah.
Oh.
With fans.
I was like, ooh,
Yeah,
I thought
like,
for like signs.
No, fans. Fans. Fanboys. Yeah, they do the fans.
Yeah.
That's what I was like.
I thought they had posters on it.
Yeah, it's
Five of them. One has the eye.
Yeah.
Tony.
Oh my God, I did that at a
great
Justin
thing.
Timberlake concert once. Okay.
it's a play on words. Yeah. It's an old favorite, an old chestnut, yes. So you find yourself in Iltani's court. She's kind of like, she has this big float that she likes to occasionally, she likes to have slaves pull her on her float through the city, and she is laying there and on this relaxed, and she looks hot,
Cool.
and you feel like you're having this little private conversation with her, like you feel like you're talking to her.
Okay.
Nobody else really knows what you're doing, and she's like, "How's things in the Palace Kashar? By the way, so I appreciate your devotion."
I appreciate everything that you do, Iltani. Yes, everything you do. It's rough trying to sway a large contingent of people who aren't really believers. But I persevere.
Are you a believer, Kashar? You do accept me as your goddess, right? Because,
Yes.
I do know that you have expressed allegiance to me, but
Yes.
what I'm really interested in is devotion.
Oh. I am devoted.
And she her godly aura,
Oh, I mean,
her divine presence.
How could I not be devoted when you visit me in my dreams?
Yes, that's what I wanted to hear. I want to give you I want to give you something, and so she hands you a book, a little book. Yeah, and it's
a book of maps.
It's all in Akkadian, cuneiform.
Okay.
Do you read? Do you know Akkadian?
You have more languages.
I have read, write. I have
Foreign languages or
foreign
something, right?
languages and ancient languages.
Yeah, okay, but not Akkadian. But I'll give it to you. I'll give it. You are Akkadian.
They're.
I'm going to say that you know that it's a known language.
Okay.
And so you would list it separately from. You just know this language.
Okay.
It's what's called a a training skill. I'm just going to give it to you because you are Akkadian.
Okay.
You were raised in it. So
I'm just going to write that.
Yeah. And read and write allows you to read and write any language you know.
Okay.
Right. And foreign languages, what were the two you listed? In ancient languages?
Yeah, foreign
those are
languages and
catch-alls
Okay.
for like a language, like you know Akkadian really well. If you didn't know Akkadian, you could use foreign languages to kind of make it out.
Gotcha.
To know little bits of being, be able to kind of try and figure out something in a language you don't actually know, but you know Akkadian.
Okay.
It's a prayer book.
Okay. Ooh.
So I would really like you to start reading one of these prayers each morning.
Okay.
And to say it with heartfelt devotion so that I know that you are serious about your devotion to me. Okay?
Okay.
Excellent. I'm really pleased about this. This is great.
And
Now, I have a couple of ideas of things that you could do to help me out.
Of course.
Do you have access to Marcosta's bedroom? There's a couple of things there that I'd like you to, steal for me.
Eltani.
Patessi.
Patessi.
Or goddess.
Your honor.
We're not really on a first name basis.
There. That, I apologize, my goddess.
Well, see if you can get in there and kind of see if there's any documentation he might have left. I don't want you to put yourself at risk, but if you'd really like to please me,
which I would.
Yes, if you really like to gain my favor, look and see if you can find anything that Marcosta might have left in his private diaries about his untimely demise and his thoughts on succession. I'd especially be helpful if you found something that denounced where, he might have made it clear that his daughter is not to be the next, not to succeed him.
That would make things a lot clearer.
Yeah. Okay. Well, glad we had this chat. Dream is over.
Okay. Well,
we'll see how well this belief holds up.
Yup, that's gonna be rough.
Okay.
Oof.
Okay. It's kind of like you watching the video and go, oh, that's Tiamir, huh?
Eltani, you got so not
She got so
nice.
godly. She got so godly.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But
Patessi.
we're not on the first name basis. You just called me by the first name.
I don't think you understand the power dynamic you have with the demigod.
Aid to Lalfroth.
Is that AID or AIDE?
Either one, I guess.
Oh, I'm sorry, I had way too much over that. Okay. Bonsai, I feel like you want to bring something up.
All right. So after establishing the peace in my area,
In your neighborhood, yeah.
in my neighborhood,
At least for you've had like a day go by and everything seems fine.
and slowly pushing more and more as.
Yeah. Okay. So let a couple days go by.
Well,
The front advances.
The front advances.
Yeah, for sure. Like the next day.
I will try to send word and spies, but I just looking at the faces of the people, and especially in this tear, with a heavy heart, I'm not going after Amari.
Okay.
Yeah, I have.
Okay. So you're staying here to defend it, at least for now.
For now,
Okay.
I have to.
Okay. So the next day.
Yeah.
Okay. The next day. You've got a rapport with the. There's 2 sentries that are stationed. And your house is like in the middle of them. Like they got two a sentry to your left and to your right, and early in the morning, the two centurions sit down with you to talk about the plans for the next day, and they're going to make a push to expand the circumference. I mean, so this would be what's happening if you're going along with that momentum.
Going along with that. I mean, like maybe Tyreek would look at me and just be a little judgmental about essentially letting Amari run for herself at the moment. It hurts, but the people come first.
All right. Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
I'll do the command and the push and
help your neighborhood.
Help. The slowly take over.
Well, there are some. You guys get to rescue some people. You find a house where some people have hidden, and they, the house was looted. It was another villa. The house was looted, and a bunch of people were killed. But there's some people that hid in the wine cellar.
Yeah.
And they drank all the wine. No, so there is a bright moment that comes from this of saving some people.
Yeah, I guess, but it's not the right.
I guess.
No. It's a bright moment, and
It's bittersweet. I understand.
It's bittersweet.
That's what I intended actually. So yeah. All right, cool.
I mean, I'm always keeping your eye out.
Oh, I know. No, that's good. Yeah.
Want to do something?
Yeah.
Also,
Yeah.
I don't know if that's a problem, but your mic is like falling a little
Oh,
bit.
is it? Oh, yeah, it is. Thank you.
But I would like to roll back time a second because they're like moving days forward.
Yeah.
So I'm like coming back to my timeline.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Okay. And I
Sure.
am trying because what I would like to do is after this whole nonsense at the office, I ask some of the. I'm like, I don't think he'll be back. He's already taken probably what he came here for. But can some of the soldiers please stay here, as this has been a target already?
Oh, you're at your office.
Yeah, at the office.
Yeah. Well, there's patrols.
I'm going to leave.
Yeah.
I want some of them to stay.
Oh yeah. So they're now on the alert to the they've all been informed that this Servius Cassis guy is retired.
Trash.
He has he doesn't know. He's former legatus and doesn't have any authority. Should not be showing up with legionnaires.
Great. Good. So then I'm going to go back in here
Into the palace, sure.
to try and find Kishar.
Okay, sure.
Do I find them? I don't know. Are you around?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Great. So.
Well, and that dream sequence was just right the next night anyway. So yeah, so you find
I still haven't even been slugged yet. Okay, great.
Yeah. So that
Great.
So this thing, yes, you already.
I meant for the dream sequence.
Yeah, but they were it was a matter of them catching up to your timeline actually because you didn't leave until after you'd been interrogated, and they were interrogated before you do. So you guys can be on the same timeline.
Oh yeah.
Okay. Right. Okay. So
I try to find them.
Yeah, you find
I can
Kishar,
be like, hi.
Oh, hey.
Your villa. I've seen your magical wards that protect it.
Yes.
My office was robbed today, and I'm wondering if I send word to my household if I can have them move some things to your place for now.
Yes.
So
how would you be sending word?
One of the Geckons.
So you haven't been to your place yet?
No, I haven't.
Yeah. So
I don't know if there's a process to getting in, or if any of your servants are allowed to let in.
Well, just send a Gecken to my villa first, but
right. So they're allowed to. They can let people in if you say it's okay? Or
Yeah,
yeah.
they're my servants. That's how that works.
I don't know how secure your place is.
Quite.
Great. Okay.
Hopefully, I think.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I haven't been back.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, he hasn't been. And by the way, just as a DM,
Yeah.
like if you're thinking of secure places,
Yeah.
I mean, you're in the palace right now.
Right, but I'm not going to be like, hey, servants, gather up my stuff, and then like get through all of this nonsense to the palace if they can walk through the aviary and into their house, which is
Right,
secure.
yeah,
You know
sure,
what I mean?
yeah,
Or like
sure.
potentially secure.
Yeah,
It's more
yeah.
secure than mine.
Yeah,
Which I'm
yeah.
not used to having to keep
Yeah,
super safe.
That's right.
Great. Okay. Thank you. Do I need to do you want to send to your household so they know that it's okay?
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'll put my seal on the thing. It says
Yeah.
allow
Galena.
Galena.
Yeah. We are on a first name
Yeah,
basis.
yeah.
We go fast.
So this is the morning after your dream, right?
Yeah,
By the way, did you say a prayer in the morning when you woke up?
I would be combing through the book for prayers.
To find like a pretty
Right. Do you choose one?
I would choose one that said something about like staying true to themselves or inspiring.
True to yourself? No, more like true to Iltani.
Okay, is there
the
one
goddess,
about, like-
and Ishtar? I mean, and love and war.
Okay. Oh, love and war.
Love, war, and fertility. I mean, she
Okay.
casts a broad net.
That one might work. Something about love and war.
Yeah,
Is there
yeah.
anything about like inspiring people, not commanding, like anything like that?
It's more like thanking Iltani or Ishtar, both of them, for praying to them in hopes of having children, or praying to them for strength in battle, or that sort of thing.
Okay.
But it's a prayer. Let's not dance around. Let's not pretend it's not a prayer.
Yeah, no, it's a prayer.
It's a prayer.
And I'll definitely say a prayer to Ishtar.
Yeah, but these are kind of like Ishtar through Iltani prayers, like kind of like.
Yeah. Okay.
And I'm sorry, we'll get back to this.
This
This is just kind of want to establish this little.
If there's any way I could weasel around it, I'd be trying to do that. I'm very.
Well, you can say a prayer and not feel it.
Well, that's what
I mean, that happens all the time. Trust me, I was raised in a
I was trying to find one that I could
Story of my
actually believe in.
She did ask you not to do that.
Yeah.
No, I mean, okay. So
whatever.
you could probably find a prayer that is like, well, on this point, we see eye to eye. Yeah.
Okay,
Like,
yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
We can see. Yeah.
And I'll probably say that same one every day.
Yeah. Okay.
Really like, you're really gonna.
My faith is shook right now.
Yeah. Well, these encounters tend to be a fork in the road.
Yeah.
They tend to be either
So what happens?
either
when
double
you-
down or abandoned.
What happens when you abandon a belief? Out of curiosity, just
In
wondering.
case it happens for anybody at any point.
Yeah,
This
it came up.
Well, it's called a mold breaker.
Okay.
Yeah. I think you have a good chance of getting the mold breaker
'Cause I
award here
think
because I think you're showing the angst of it. It should be. You're both doing this. When you go against one of your beliefs. We enjoy
Then,
the
you know what?
angst that you're experiencing
Not
from
going
it.
to say a prayer.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Like, I just don't feel it. Like, you
Okay.
should lead through inspiration. You should be powerful, but
Okay,
you should
well,
be
it's-
able to.
Let's cross off that belief then. Yeah, I think in your case, I think it's, it's having that moment of like, no, I don't believe this anymore. I think in your case it's different. I think in your case it's more complex. Your beliefs are in collision.
Because it's different layers. Because she is part of my people, but she's
yeah.
an individual versus the people.
Yeah, one of
Yeah, you still have the belief. You're just it's in conflict with another belief, and so you're that's great. But you're just like this belief doesn't serve me
I got
anymore.
to see how the sausage is made. I was
Yeah.
like, Deltani, you love her, great. Oh, you're crappy. I don't like this.
Okay,
Ew.
so you've caught him at a time when he seems
Existential crisis.
in a bit of a thing.
Believe
Anyway,
in
so
maps.
you're talking about this. You haven't been to your home, but you've now had the procedure, so you can leave the palace if you want.
Okay. I need to go check on my workshop. There are items there that also could have been taken, which in the hands of certain people would not be good. And then I will be going back to my villa.
So just before that, can we just start? Thing is, he's already been to my office, has already taken drafts of my book. He has taken maps, and I just need to protect the things that I have at home.
He's gotten your book.
Yes.
I know you've been working real hard on that.
Thank you. Yeah, okay. Whew.
But
I just need to I have another draft at home, and I just need to get it somewhere safe. And then we can go back together, but if I could just send a message to have it moved now, and then I'll go with you to your workshop as well, and then we can go home together.
okay.
Is that okay?
Can I send a message? Like, if I write a message, can I just send it?
You can. You could send it by Gekon.
Okay.
So there's a.
Do you have Hockey with you?
Yeah.
He has his bird.
Hockey?
Yeah.
Anshar.
Yeah.
Or hockey.
Hockey, yeah. Anshar is his whatever raptor
Yeah.
that he has.
Anshar is your raptor.
Yeah.
And Hockey, I'm getting this on
Hockey is
on the audio, so
really.
later in my notes.
Yeah.
Anshar is my bird.
Yeah,
Okay.
Hockey
That
is
I-
our
What kind of bird?
out-of-game
Falcon?
nickname.
It is a long-legged buzzard.
Okay. And the other one is.
Hockey is
Was
an
just
out-of-game
the
nickname for the
out-of-game
bird.
nickname for the bird.
Because we're like talking about hawks, and the hawks
It's
name
from
is Hockey.
Avatar Last
Is it?
Airbender.
Yeah.
Okay. I think I have enough
sorry.
information. I'll be able to sort. I'm a little confused myself in the moment, but I think I'll be able to
You
sort
didn't
it
get the
out.
out-of-pocket Avatar reference, but okay.
Okay.
So can
you can send a
they
message.
send their bird? Yeah.
Yeah, sure. You got your own bird. You
Yeah,
can send. Yeah,
he,
cool,
like
for sure.
he can get out.
I just wanted to
The
make sure I
bird's
don't
not
have to
gonna
like
get
write it.
stopped.
Is it cool if I send this message out, everybody?
Right, yeah, no one's
or-
going to
You
shoot
do.
him
Okay.
down or something.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. You want to, but
You
at
get
least you
cleared.
don't have to wait for another Gekon to be available, right? You say, hey, I want to
He's
send this
cleared for
message.
takeoff.
So
Cool.
Yeah, so you go through the proper channels.
Yep.
And get it sent. And
If that is happening, I would just, if it's not too much to ask, add an addendum, say, can you go to, what's her name? Whoever gets this could maybe go to Yelena.
Yelena,
who
yep.
They
Your chambermaid.
probably know. She's like one. Yeah, she's my chambermaid, but she's also on my bestie. And let her know to start that process. And she
Okay.
like knows what to grab.
Yeah.
And then we could just send it all in one note.
I will get one note.
Thank you.
Send it to the head of my household, who takes care of things. His name's Rupert.
Great.
I'll write that down.
Oh, Rupert.
Yep, Rupert.
Nice.
So Rupert, here's what you need to do. Contact Yelena. Tie it to Anshar's leg, and then talk to Anshar, and she'll be like, "Hey, go deliver this to Rupert, and then stay in the aviary. Check in on."
I wrote my bird's name down somewhere, and I don't know where it
Check
is.
in on Galina's bird. Make sure
Yeah.
everything's okay.
I will name it before next time I play.
that's okay. That's
I'm
okay.
going to the workshop. If something is wrong at the villas, please return and let us know post haste.
Right.
Thank you very much for your service.
Yeah. Smash cut to my POV, and you're just like, I've seen it. I've seen it before. So it's not the craziest. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Great. Yeah.
Great. Okay.
that
That's all I want
happens.
to do. That's
Yeah.
important to me because I don't
Yeah.
want my stuff stolen. I guess we'll see if it gets stolen. All right. Okay. Let's go. Talk on
Yeah.
your workshop.
Let's go to this workshop. Do we need an escort?
Well, when you go to leave, a consul and an aide.
Oh, I would love an escort. Yeah.
Yeah,
In case, also, if the shop, like if the shop is in disrepair, or if I don't know, there's like reports out of the city. My place was robbed. If their place is getting robbed, then it'd be good to have soldiers with us.
Right. Okay. So the tribunus that. Consul.
How's the search going?
Yeah. I've made a report. It's
Seems like it'd be a fairly easy, actionable item.
So, well, we have run down where, we have figured out where Servius Castus lives. He has an estate that's out in the country.
Are people allowed to leave the city right now?
Well, people can leave the city, yes. It's dangerous.
The city's not locked down.
No, it's not the city. No, it was just the palace that's been locked down. And there's...
Feels like a wild move, but I'm not a tribunus.
So we will definitely be looking into it.
Very well.
But, yeah. Would you like an escort somewhere?
Yes, I need to go to the market district.
Yeah, we should have a name for it, but that market district.
Market, right off Imperial Highway.
Yeah. Oh, we haven't secured that area yet. We're actually...
How many days have passed since? Because you went out later.
Yeah, I went out the next day.
So I think this is getting to be close to the end of a week after the last council meeting. The next council meeting is going to be, let's say, in 2 days from now, where you'll all be expected to be at it.
Oh, and still no. Okay, yeah, it's fine. It's fine. I chose.
Yep. Okay.
How far did my crew go up from there?
So, well, what happened? So, what's happened is there's actually been a setback. The word has gotten out. I mean, at first it was the Emperor's dead, Drasildar. There's been riots. There's been lots of looting and stuff like that. Now the word has gotten out that people believe that Set did it, and there's a huge uprising right here. There's temples of Set, and as you find out, like this whole section of town, and is huge mobs coming in and actually overcome the defenses, the soldiers that are stationed there, and the priests. And one of the temples is completely looted. There's a whole bunch of priests that are killed and dragged out in the street. It turns into a major war zone. So you get called in to with your troops and the sentries that are there. Like the two that are there, one sentry is left to defend the whole line that two sentries are doing. Yeah, and basically like half of one of the legions ends up descending on this spot, and this just turns into a huge mess.
Oof.
Huge situation. And so, so this is what's going on when you come up and ask, talking about leaving. If you want, given that your workshop is on the other side of that, they're like, nah, you don't want to go anywhere near that. You do not want to go out in that area.
Check our homes first.
Yeah, what if we took a boat from the swamp?
Oh, do you want to go up here?
Yeah, we want to go home now. I'm like, well.
We're in the rich area. It's been secured.
Yeah.
I believe it was stated that we were taken care of early.
No, I'd be happy to send a squad with you to your home. Okay, so they send a double strength squad, like 20 legionnaires with you to your home. Okay. And you get home, and actually your houses are okay. I mean, your houses are still there, and your people are fine.
You mean? Okay, go on.
And your people.
Good.
There was a gang that came through and stole a bunch of stuff. Like it was like, the gang comes up to your house and it's like, let us in, and you'll be and we'll let you live. And they come in your house. They didn't steal your book. They're looking for the silver.
That's fine. That is fine.
Yeah.
Great. And Yelena's okay?
Yeah.
Okay.
All your people are fine. Same thing at your house. This gangs just went from house to house until the Legion tracked them down and they got away.
Okay, I check on the people first, and then I check on my book, and then I'm like, okay, whatever.
Yeah.
I can buy more silver stuff. This is fine.
Buy jewels.
But do you have any?
So I'll give you some benefit of the doubt. Anything super valuable, you probably had locked up and maybe hidden, maybe with some sort of ward over it. But they came in and
they got my trash.
They stole the cutlery, the silver, the goblets.
They slashed my couch, and they didn't even take it. That feels a little unnecessary.
It's just came in and did a quick loot job, but they didn't seem like they knew really what they were looking for.
Cool.
Yeah.
Obviously, they didn't take my book.
Exactly.
I will definitely do a quick inventory of like my important pieces I was working on or anything like that.
The legions are very good. Definitely want to get your report of what's missing and stuff. And they talk to the local patrols and stuff. And it's most of the looting has happened in downtown. There's been less of it up in this area,
which is still not good for me. Just so we're clear.
Did my book make it to their place, or is it still at mine?
I'll say that you have some notes.
Okay. Yeah, I kind of go
an earlier draft.
I mean, it's something if the other pieces go missing, and I gotta keep it. And any other things that I think might be a target specifically.
Yeah, I'm not going to let you say you just like have an exact copy.
Too.
No. Yeah, it's an earlier draft for sure.
Yeah, earlier draft.
And there's like various notes and things that I have here, and those I also compile and take over to your place at the school.
What is so important about? I know it's important to you, and I understand that, but.
He's undermining me. He's trying to. I found out he's spreading rumors that I'm not good enough, that my work isn't good enough, and he's known for stealing work from Lazaretti. He's already done this, and then he walks in to my office and steals my work.
Okay.
He used to be the head of the cartography.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I figured I would probably know that, but still, just like, was there something in this book that wasn't mapped out before? Was there?
Just my techniques.
Oh.
All of my techniques are in there, and
I see.
It's meant to be published later in my career, so as not to undermine my own work, but to spread what I've learned and imagine a greater job than mapping out the greatest territories in the world.
Easily.
Yeah.
Done.
You could easily imagine how amazing.
How great and amazing that could be.
Yes, thank you.
This feels like is there anything you want to get in here before we wrap this session up? I see you're showing us the angst, that's for sure.
It's the angst.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's really just holding the line and just making sure my household is, you know what, if all hell breaks loose right next to it and I can't really hold on to the whole area and just make sure my house is okay, I might actually, with a small contingent, go to just a separate thing that's not, we don't have to roleplay now.
Yeah.
But I'm going to bite the bullet, and with a smaller, not with the Legionnaires, but a smaller contingent, I'm going to go after
Amira?
Amira.
Okay. So, so let's leave that open. I would like to, I might loop that, I might connect a dot here with something else going on
in a
subsequent
fine.
session. Now that I know that you're ready to go do that. But I think this day you end up fighting to protect, there's fighting going on here.
There's fighting. I'm going to fight, but then it's just like, I tried holding on as best as I could, and I just can't hold it. And I let one of my people down. Yeah. And I know it.
Well, once this fight's done, then this whole quadrant will be pretty secure, and you'll feel good about going. You'll feel okay about But yeah, you wouldn't leave during the middle of this fight.
No, I
for
wouldn't
sure.
leave in the middle. But I don't
Yeah.
think I would take I would take my people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah.
won't take the. Oh, I hope it's been 7 days. It's fine. It's fine. She's fine.
It's been a week. Yes.
It's been a week. She's been in dormant hands for a week, but it's fine.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Then let us wrap up with our closing things that we do at the end of the session. Okay, so first of all, we have ARDA awards and moments of gratitude. Okay, so if you're looking at your beliefs, yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Yeah, so basically go through your beliefs, and if you think you played to the belief, well, let's just go through your beliefs. Your beliefs, your first one was
Write my book.
Write the book. Well,
Actively being worked again. I mean, I guess I'm trying to like recover my stuff
yeah, for
so
sure.
that I can write the book. Does that count?
For sure. You get a fate for that.
Okay.
Yeah. The friend or spouse, you didn't really get a chance to work on
And
that.
I didn't have a chance to do the Cordova.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so you get a fate for that. Okay, so for Bonsai, your belief about
There was a conspiracy. My plans worked.
Yeah.
They knew it.
yeah. So you're working. Yeah. So you get a fate for advancing your conspiracy theory.
Yeah.
Your the duchy
There
rivalry.
wasn't question.
No, didn't
There was
come
no
up.
question. A person's birth. I don't think it really nobody really questioned whether or not.
Yeah, nothing came up regarding
Nothing.
your duchy. Yeah.
This one, I'm gonna say I'm responsible for the people. I'm gonna say I did it, but also personally I didn't do it because I let one of my most important people down.
Well,
So-
you definitely engaged with the belief, though.
I
so you
did.
get a fate for
Okay,
engaging with the belief.
yay.
Yeah, you definitely engaged with the belief. Yep. Okay, so for Kashar, Iltani should be Emperor. Yeah.
So you feel like you really
I engaged.
You engaged with the belief.
Engaged.
Yeah. So you get a fate for that.
Nice.
And
I broke off
and
the
I assume you're
engagement.
not going to go snooping around the
no.
Emperor's bedroom. Okay.
No. At first I was like, wait, she didn't say who I think she said, did she?
yeah.
Like,
They're on a first.
oh no.
Yeah. Marcosta is his first name.
Yeah. They were on.
He's probably like Marcosta, who's
Yeah, I was like,
Marcosta.
Marcosta.
Oh my God. Yeah.
It's a common name. It could be anybody.
I mean, you could do it if you want to.
Yeah.
I don't?
Yeah.
Like, let's know?
No.
Replacing Laufra. Well, that came up in your.
It did.
Yeah. So you get a fate for that. But you're thinking about the bastard, making the item for the bastard, that didn't come up. Okay,
Didn't
so
come up.
look at your instincts and traits. If I don't remember any of these coming up, but maybe I missed something. If an instinct or trait creates a problem for you or creates an obstacle for you, then bring it up and you can get a fate for that.
No, I did the opposite of my instinct. So I uninstincted. Is that possible? Yeah.
Do people look at me weird when I talk bird? One of my instincts is I cast low speech on myself every morning so that I can talk with Anshar.
Right?
And so as I'm sitting there, I'd be like, or people are like,
Yeah, it didn't.
It's all Palace Lockdown. We've seen it.
yeah, that's the only thing I can even think.
Yeah, I think it came up, but I don't think it really created an obstacle for you.
I don't think so.
Yeah. Okay, so moments of gratitude. So this is where you get to award another player a persona, if you like, and typical reasons are for humor, for right skill, right time, embodiment, which is superior role playing, or mold breaker, which is going against a belief, or workhorse or MVP. So.
I'm going to start if that's okay. Because that rage about the book was perfect. And I'm like, is there something about a treatise to math that is oh no, it's just an obsession. It's just you.
My whole thing. It's my thing.
It's my life's work.
Yeah.
This book. Yeah, so That was perfect and brought me into more of who Galina is. Like, really, just like, oh, okay, we're still friends, but like, after a couple too many drinks of wine, I don't let you near anything with a writing surface.
Yeah.
Just no.
Any just start criticizing every map that is
Look at these mountains!
With this I just in the middle of the town square. There's a map, and I'm just redoing it. So thank you.
Yeah.
So that's a persona.
Persona point. Okay.
Yep.
All right. Can I also jump in?
Yeah. Sure.
So,
Yeah.
Kishar, I want you to get a point for confronting the god and then being like, nope.
Thank you.
No, thank you. And trying to be the most diplomatic you could about it. And then also, I don't know if you noticed, but you had you were like, oh, insta-ick on your face when you heard oh, you want me to do, no.
Yeah, they were good faces.
They were good faces. So.
That was great.
Is there a good face award? Okay.
Well, we would all win that.
That's
You
straight
embodied the
that's-
character
Thank you.
in the moment.
Yeah.
Oh, it's straight up mold breaker. It was
Yeah,
embodiment.
no, I know.
Yeah,
You
it's
literally
straight up
called it
mold
mold
breaker.
breaker.
Yeah,
That's
no,
when you go against a belief or discard it. That's
So awkward.
and yeah.
Never meet your heroes.
Yeah, right.
Never meet your
Don't do
heroes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, great. To turn this into a full circle jerk.
Listen
Bring it
here,
around.
second sluggies.
Yes. It's wait, is that what it was? Sluggy seconds?
Lucky second.
What is it? It's sloppy sluggies.
Sloppy
Sloppy
sluggies.
sluggies.
Okay,
Sloppy
great.
sluggies.
Anyway, I would like to give you, I guess it'd be an embodiment. I really enjoyed how real it was for you to struggle with your the whole thing that's happening was great, just across the board actually. You being like, I have these plans, here are my memories, look at these, and then into being so concerned about your friend but trying to uphold your belief and your position as taking care of the people, and we would be doing stuff, and I would look over, and you were still just actually living your whole situation. You made her up. It's fine. Yeah, no, it was great.
You were
it was
in it hard.
Yeah, I was no. I love it. Big fan. So,
Thank you.
Yeah.
persona for that.
Yes. I get to throw one in too.
Okay.
So, I want to give the humor award to you.
You guys did all the role play, and I get 2 persona. $5. I mean, I'll take it. I'm gonna write it down.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. No, it's. You deserve recognition for your amazingly quick wit.
Thank
You
you.
are. I mean, you're just a very, very quick-witted person, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate
It's
you.
my moment of gratitude, and thanks to Sarah Moore for Moments of Gratitude as an idea. And
So good.
hope you like how I've adopted it for Burning Wheel.
Gratitude
And-
to you for running our game.
Oh,
Yeah.
thank you.
I don't want you to have any extra points, though. Is that?
That's okay.
Okay,
That's
you get to
fine.
use them.
I get to cheat, so you know.
Fair
You
enough.
did a very good goddess voice.
Yeah.
Oh, thank
So
you.
sexy.
Also, I'm sorry that I disrespected your old man point.
Are you
Are you sick?
Are you okay?
No, that was fabulous. That was fabulous.
I'm sure
more
Lazzaretti
humor.
just periodically gets that from everybody. He's like, no, I'm fine. I'm just old. They're like, are you dying? And he's like, yes, but we all are. I love it.
Okay. All right. If you would like to say goodbye to the audience and say where you like to be, if you want to, where you found on the internet. If you, I'm laughing because I know you always have
I
this
know,
like.
you're looking at me first. Just get it out of the way.
Yeah, go,
Okay,
go.
great.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Thank you. I'm Megan. Just a reminder. I am on Instagram at Megan and Eggs, and I even occasionally post there.
It's true.
Yeah, that's about it.
Oh, is
Oh,
it my
wait,
turn?
it's
My turn, I guess. Hi, I'm Bonsai Baby. I am on Twitch. Also, you can find me on Gen Con TV. Here, on Fridays, Peter and I, we do a table talks. We talk about all the board game news. And also, you can find me on Twitch, Instagram, Twitter, all those jazz. I sometimes post on Instagram and not really post on TikTok, but I like looking at TikTok.
Just so you know.
Send her TikToks?
It's kind of hard to find her that way.
It's kind of hard to find, but I like puppy videos.
Oh, yeah.
Well, and you have your own channel.
Oh, yes, I also have my own channel.
Where bury the lead?
You're on Twitch.
Yeah, I do. Right now we're playing
Games?
various games. But on Sunday I do Quest Calendar, which is I take week chunks of a day-by-day calendar and do that. It's a very fun sci-fi adventure. So if that's something that you sound interested in, the dice have not been in my favor, and I'm a punchy character in a sci-fi where you're supposed to use brains. It's not good. I mean, it's great, but it's not good for me.
What's your Twitch? Where can I find
Oh,
it?
Bonsai Baby. Yeah.
Okay.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is.
I'm Bryce Bebop. I'm usually here on Wednesdays at some point. That's what I do. You can find me online. I also don't really post much. I think my names are at Bryce Bebop because it's pretty unique.
Really glad we always include this portion.
We should just, why is it not just a tag under us? Maybe I change it to Bebop Bryce.
Ticker?
Maybe
I don't know.
Bebop
I think
Bryce.
this portion is going to be up for review.
Anyway, you can find me if you want. I post pictures occasionally of dogs.
Ooh.
Yeah, my dog's adorable.
Thank you for joining us here tonight on Actoroke on Gen Con TV. I'm Peter Adkison. I can be found on Facebook as Peter Adkison, and I'm also on Gen Con TV, various shows with Bonsai, like you mentioned. Friday afternoons at 2 p.m. Pacific time, we do Table Takes, tabletop gaming news and chat. And I also have a show Monday mornings at 9 a.m. Pacific time called Peter vs. Machine, where I play strategy games against AIs. So, and then here, every other Wednesday, kind of on average, I'm here for Burning Saratof. Kind of, sort of. We're still figuring out the formula. All right. Good night. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you.
Good night, everybody.